Here, let's try that. Much better. Okay, so now that you're hearing me and uh, silence, I'd like to welcome you again to Moonday Message. We had a little bit of a hiatus, but now we're back, and I really want to dedicate this time to talking about the flow of prosperity. You know, September for me is all about abundance and welcoming in all those spiritual gifts that we have. And this is why I'm giving the event on the 22nd to welcome in all of our spiritual gifts and our abundance during the autumn equinox. But what we really want to do tonight is to do a little water ritual in order to call in all of the prosperity and abundance that is due us right now. So, what you're going to need for that is a glass of water, your journal and pen, a comfortable seat or space, a willingness to do a little gentle motion, and optional, you can have a candle, a shawl, a diffuser to dispense some essential oils if you so desire, but it's not mandatory. Right? So we just want to say to you, goddesses, goddesspreneurs, wise women, um, divine and divine feminine women, welcome, welcome to our Moonday message. And today our theme is, as I said, flowing with prosperity. And if you hear me say mention the womb and that language doesn't really resonate with you, you can just think of your lower belly, your lower center here. This is your creative center. So you can think about it that way there. Because to be honest with you, a lot of times why I do talk about the womb is because for many women, we ignore it unless we're either getting pregnant or having cramps or facing perimenopause or menopause. We don't give our wombs one little bit of thought. So I like to bring them to the forefront where we can really think about the energy of the womb and what she does for us every single day. So what you need is your glass of water. I don't have a glass, but I do have a big, humongous red ceramic mug, which you can now see, and my bottle of water that I'm going to use a little bit later. Okay. If you want to, you and you're here, you can say hi in the chat. I'd love to hear from you. Okay. So I want you to understand also that this is a brave, consensual, shame-free space. Take what serves you, leave the rest. If anything feels too much, take a step back, breathe, sip your water, and let your inner wisdom lead. So now let's focus on our breath and grounding for a minute. Let's arrive in our bodies. I always say one hand, but I always mean put your left hand on your heart, put your right hand on your lower belly, because this creates or completes rather a circle of masculine and feminine energies. But if that does not feel comfortable for you, you can do it the other way. Okay, so now what you want to do is place one hand on your heart, one hand on your womb or creative center. Relax your jaw, soften your shoulders, breathe to cue safety in your body. So we're going to inhale for 4 and exhale for 6. I'm going to do this for 9 cycles if we can. Let's go in for 4, out for 6, in for 4, out for 6, in for 4, out for 6, in, out, in, and out, in, and final breath out with a sigh. Okay. And just let's take a moment to just roll our shoulders to, ooh, did you hear that crack? To soften our necks, to relax our stomachs. And notice that your feet that are touching the floor, even to your crown, you're being held, and you are grounded. So now let's talk about prosperity for a minute. Prosperity is cyclical and relational, like a river. It gathers, it meanders, it nourishes, it overflows in certain seasons. And in certain seasons, we might have a drought. But when we brace and we fight against these natural rhythms of prosperity, when we are not aligned with just allowing whatever flow is coming, right? Then we are not in alignment with that river of prosperity. We're better off when we let grace carry us farther with less effort. That's another reason why hustle culture doesn't work, because you're always fighting against something, even if it's just time. So here are the three pillars of flow. We go from regulation to receiving. A settled body, meaning our own body, makes clearer choices about everything in life. And for us goddesspreneurs, and that's what I'm focusing on this month, goddesspreneurs, pricing, boundaries. We can ask without over explaining, pushing, or hustling. Circulate to multiply. Rivers move. Hoarded water stagnates. And we know that everything that stagnates dies. Tiny acts of generosity, keep your channels open, time, praise of others, introductions, tips, sharing, they all open pathways for your increased abundance and prosperity. And clarity to current. Clarity is a current. When you name what you're available for, aligned opportunities can recognize you. Today, we'll anchor these in a simple water blessing ritual, a simple practice to shift from force to flow. And I'm going to start by pouring my water. And I'm going to ask you, where in your body do you notice yourself bracing today? Where do you feel tension? Is it your back, your neck, your shoulders? Take a notice. Where do you hoard stress? And think about that. What can you do to release some of that stress that you are hoarding in your body? And we're going to take a moment to just sit. And I'm going to sit, but you can stand and do this if you wish to. But what we want to do is to find the places where we hold stress and find a movement to release them. And so, for example, do you hold stress in your shoulders? You can just do a simple release, or maybe go forward a little bit. Do you hold do you hold stress in your back? Right? We can do a simple movement uh, of rolling your back. We might call this an undulation, where you get every part of your back from the top on down moving. Okay? Do you carry tension in your arms? And some people do. It may not be as common as some other places, but how about just waving your arms? And this is another dancing move. You can either roll them back or forward, stretch your arms out wide, bring them up, bring them out. Okay. Now, do you hold stress in your pelvis? If you do, whether you're standing, sitting, or lying down, you can just roll your hips around in a circle. Pretend that you are drawing a circle on the floor with your hips and just go around and around, and maybe the other way, around and around. Okay. But imagine that while you're doing this, that your hips are holding like a bowl of water. So you don't want to spill it out so that you're not tipping forward or too far back, just going around in a circle. Okay. So how did that feel? Is there anywhere else in your body where you hold tension that you would like to release? Think about it. You might even do like a belly roll down here if you hold tension in your stomach. Okay. Imagine your stomach the same way you roll back for your back. You roll the stomach muscles forward. Okay. So now let's breathe in for 4 and out for 6. As we breathe in, we're going to say, I receive. As we breathe out, we're going to say, I release. You can say that in your mind, not necessarily out loud, but if you can want to, you can say it out loud as well. Breathe in for 4, I receive, and out for 6, I release. One last time, I receive, I release. Okay, so here we go with our water blessing ritual. And here you have your glass of water. Bring your glass of water to your heart, into your womb. From your heart to your womb. From your heart into your womb. And now you can just bring it forward in front of you and take a look at the water that is in your cup. How often do we just take a look at the water in our cup? Okay? And now I want you to l- take a look at your water and name 3 things that you're ready to receive. For example, you want greater clarity, you want more clients, you want better cash flow, you want rest, you want support, you want to find collaborators, whatever it is that you want to do for yourself or for your business. I want you to speak that first thing into your water. You don't have to do it out loud, just to yourself. And now speak the second thing you want to bring in. And now speak the third thing that you would like to bring in. Okay, and now with one fingertip, I like to use the middle finger. That's not an obscene gesture. And just stir your water just a tiny bit. I hope we all have clean hands in a clockwise motion. We're creating a spiral. in which our wishes can settle. And just take a moment to imagine that you have those three things that you invited into your life. The three things you just spoke into your water, the three things that you wish to happen for yourself. And now drink in those three things. Those things are yours now to flow into your body, into your energy field, into your life, into your consciousness, and remain with you and be part of what is coming forward for you in the future. So now I want you to think about your life as a river. And we know that the more rocks and stones and debris that are in a river, the faster the river will flow. But often, what happens is that when you have a lot of uh, debris and rocks and different things in the river, it flows so fast that it becomes rapids, it becomes dangerous. So, we want to find that right balance between forward momentum in our river and just kind of crazy rapids. So, I want you to think of one thing, one stone, one piece of debris in your life that is making your river run out of control. And I want you to imagine yourself now. We're going to close our eyes and imagine ourselves plucking that one stone or piece of debris, that one thing that we recognize is standing in the way of our prosperity. And you can give it a name. You could say procrastination. You could say lack of motivation. You could say imposter syndrome. You could say whatever it is that you're feeling it is, take that rock. Close your eyes and take that rock out of your river right now and put it to the side. And know that for as long as you hold that rock there in your mind, in your consciousness, it can no longer impact you. Now let's finally take our water one more time and whisper to our water, I align with the divine river of prosperity. I align with the divine river of prosperity. I align with the divine river of prosperity. And thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so grateful. And so it is. And finish off your water. Whew. Let's just sit for a moment, holding that experience in our energy field. And we're going to answer three questions in our journals. Where did I feel the flow of prosperity in my body? And where do I still feel tense and braced against it? Question number two, if prosperity is a river, what tributary can I create this week? A channel for value to travel toward me. What is something you can open up for yourself this week that can be a tributary to your river of prosperity that will help you in the coming week? And so the final question is, what is one more rock that I will be able to set down or delegate so my river moves with ease? Okay? These are things that you can answer, questions you can answer for yourself as soon as we leave this space together. I just want to remind you that flow strengthens when we move value. Choose one for today for yourself. Request one referral, testimonial, or intro for yourself or your business. Ask someone for something today and then be willing to receive from someone who is willing to help you. Okay. And show a tiny generosity by sharing someone else's work, a tip from them, or send a kind intro to someone whose work you admire. And the other thing, the final thought is to put these things on your calendar so that you can remind yourself to do them so that they just naturally flow into your day. And you don't have to uh, wait till the end of the day or a specific time. They can just flow into your day at some point where it's very natural. And so let's return our hands to our heart and our womb. Inhale for 4, exhale for 6. And as you hold this stance, ask yourself, what is one next step that would feel 10% easier than how you usually do it? And trust the first answer that comes to your mind. And here's our closing blessing. May the river remember your name and meet you at every turn. May your jaw unclench, your belly soften, and your steps find the easy current. May aligned clients, resources, and right relationships arrive in perfect timing. And may your overflow nourish every shore you touch. And so it is. Thank you for flowing with me tonight. And if you want support staying in rhythm this week, revisit the Water Blessing Daily. 1 minute is enough. Um, you can also write 3 ways you're provided for in your abundance ledger. You can share your rock and tributary in our community thread in at the Radiant Womb. And I'll see you next Monday, and I should say next Moonday. And we're going to talk about expanding the overflow, really letting go and allowing for greater abundance to be ours. And if you're feeling the equinox pull, our ceremony, cornucopia of the womb, is on September 22nd, 1 to 3 p.m. And you're invited. And that's 2 Mondays from now. And thank you with fluid grace and golden prosperity. I thank you, thank you, thank you for joining me tonight. And see you next time, Goddess. Love you.